Hello, and welcome to my channel. This is Elise here at Plan with Elise, and I can't believe that I'm sitting here doing my last spread of the year. I've done all of my other New Year's themed spreads, and we are going New Year's themed because we have New Year's Eve on the 31st. So one of the things I have here, whoops, is this washi from HPC Scribbles. I don't know where to find this. I bought it at the Chicago Planner Conference, but before I started this video, I did some Googling and I Googled HPC washi, HPC planner supplies. I can't figure out who HPC is, and I feel really bad saying that. I did try to find out. I'm just not sure. Maybe someone in the comments knows, and if so, I can update the description of the video to include it. But I've always wanted this like bigger kind of script style washi. I feel like it's really cool. Now, I'm not sure if this is big enough as I'm sitting here looking at it for the kind of like tear style, like rip style that I'm looking to do. I was looking to see if I had something else. Like I know some sticker books have this as a full page. I didn't see it, so I do plan on using it, but I think we're going to hold off for a second. In the meantime, we're going to cover up these headings so that I can make them my own as usual. And I have the Kelva Plan seasonal stickers sticker book. This is from the 2024 planner, for her 2024 planner. So these are sized for a vertical because the planner that this coordinates with is the vertical, but we're going to go ahead and put this right down here. Now you can see a little bit of the green dots from the last time that I, like the other side of the page, I'll show you. I mean, I just haven't written any yet because the week hasn't happened yet. So you can see some of those green dots through. It doesn't really bug me, but it's just one of those things to be mindful of with the color dot markers that I often use. So we're going to start to tear some of this and just kind of make it an imperfect tear. And then we'll play around. Whoops. You know what I need to buy? It's like just reminding me now. I need to buy some more adhesive. I'm actually going to pick up two things of adhesive. I'm going to get a roller one because I'm about to run out, and I also want a glue dot one because I know that that'll help sometimes. It's hard to like get washi to stick on itself, and this should help with that. So then we'll bring in some more over here. This will just kind of like add a little something. Just having a little bit of trouble with the stickiness. We can bring this in over here. That looks cute. And then I want to do one more. I'm going to grab the gold and oops, well, that's where that decided to go. Sometimes these things just have a mind of their own. Now this one we're going to put over here. Okay, and then let's take my pen out. One of the things I want to do more of next year is planning and decorating at the same time. Now, the reason that it's hard to do that, number one, there's a few reasons. Number one, I often film in advance. Today is December 17th. So we are over a week away from this video going up. And because this is my Plan with Elise planner, I don't necessarily know what videos I'm going to have to film this week because I don't know what I'm going to film the upcoming week. Like tomorrow's Monday, the 18th, and there may be a lot that I get done. There may be nothing I get done. So it's hard to do that in here specifically because of those reasons, but it is something that I'm going to try a little bit more of. The other reason that it feels hard, and I'm quoting hard, is because I may know like one or two things that I have going on in a week in advance, but other than that, most of my life is like pretty as the day comes. So like if I were doing my classic vertical spread, or a big spread, especially because there's so much more space in a big spread. I might know one or two things I have coming up, but other than that, it's going to be random. So I feel like I'd post a photo on Instagram and be like, here's my planner for next week. And there's two things written down. And that's kind of difficult in terms of explaining that. All right. I also have two sticker sheets here. This is from the Amber Plans Her Day Advent Calendar. And I thought that these would be fun to include here. So we've got, and now we welcome the new year full of things that have never been done. The best time for new beginnings is now. I like this one. I'd like it more if I could pull it off. There we go. Okay. So I want to bring this in. I also want to bring in that 2024. And then I was thinking I'd want to bring in one of these pink boxes. I really like this pink box. I don't know why, but something about it I really like. So we're also going to pull this off. And let's take 2024 sticker. I might actually cover up. Yeah, I think we're going to cover up. Do I have room for everything I want to do here? Probably not. Let's put this here. We're going to put the 2024 here, which I can already see now. I'm going to have an issue size-wise, so we may have to do a different quote. And then I'm just going to take my white pen and cover up the parts of that original dress that you could see down there. Okay, let's put this back down. Trying to find the exact cut marks. And let's take, I really should just use tweezers for this. The year is yours. And bring this in maybe right over here, and we can bring in a couple of other little things. We can use them from there, or I can go from here. So let's take this little flag banner, put it over here, and then we've got some space for something more horizontal down here if I want to include it. So what do I want to put? I like the confetti. Maybe we just kind of play around with confetti. Got that one. We've got this one. Sorry, I feel like I'm moving slowly today, but I'm not in a rush. We could also just take Happy New Year. The sticker is a little bit damaged, but maybe this is nice over here. And then I can put this confetti somewhere else. So we'll do that. I don't know where that's going to go, so we're going to put it down for now. Okay. Now, I am going to be covering up the dates and redoing the dates. So because I know I'm doing that, I'm just going to go ahead and cover these up. It'll just make it easier so that I don't have to worry about doing it later. I think we're actually going to cover up 2023. Let's do that better. And just bring this in right over here. That looks cute. Okay, so we'll continue with these. And one of the things that I'm really looking forward to this week is that I'm off my full-time job. We are closed this week, so I'll really have as much time as I want to dedicate to Plan with Elise and kind of figure out what next year is looking like for me. There's definitely days that I'm going to have plans, and also that I want to do like home projects and things like that. So it's not going to be like an entire week of full-time Plan with Elise, but this is not going well. But I will be able to have the time. Like sometimes there's a lot of hard things about working a full-time job and trying to do as much as I do with Plan with Elise. One of those things that tends to be difficult is when creativity strikes and an idea strikes and I just can't do it because I'm working. So those days typically I'll have to wait until like a lunch break or the next day or something like that to get those things done. And I have no plans on leaving my full-time job. Um, it's not for me. It's not for me anytime soon anyway. You know, there's a lot of people who are able to make it work full-time in content creation, and I think that's amazing, and I'm so happy they're able to do that. Now that I am a homeowner, there's more expenses. My mortgage is higher than my rent was because that's just the cost of living these days. And things break, things happen. And so, you know, also I love my job, and I just feel like the right financial decision is to stick with, you know, an income that comes every week. I know what the amount is. I've been at my job for 7 years, and I don't plan on leaving. So just that kind of little spiel, because I do get that question a decent amount. All right, we are just ripping all the things, but I think this is going to add to it. Okay. Now that those are done, I have Live Love Posh Functionally Chic Pink Blooms. I was looking everywhere, and I just can't find it. These aren't quite the right pink colors. That's a little bit of a problem, but it's not that big of a problem when it comes to life. Oh, that's not great though. It's not great. It might be a problem. I was trying to find my Planner Kate date swatches, like day of the week swatches. That's a little bit better. It's still not great. Do we switch things up and go black? I don't really want to go for black. But I can't find them. I don't know where they are. So I got to figure that out. But I have Rainbow Date It by Mojo Dojo Plans. This is last year's version. These pinks still aren't great. This is one of the things that I struggle with sometimes, is like really trying to find the right color. I also have, oh, you know what? I just came up with an idea if this doesn't work. This is Dated Basics Volume 2 by Kell of a Plan. But I don't know. These I think would be cool. Let's see. They might be too big actually for the dashboard. You know what? But what if I put them like on the sides? Would that be weird? Can we do it? This is never really something I do. 25, 26. I don't know. I think we're going to try it out. 27. I guess because I usually put a lot of decor over here. 28, 29, and then 30 and 31. Okay, the other idea I was going to have, or that I was going to try with the day of the week covers, was going to be stickers that you can color in a little bit, but then I'd have to find a marker that's going to be the right color. I'm happening to glance over and see this. This is a Sharpie S Note. That's not going to be the right color either. So I think that we just have to make a decision and stick with it. So my options are a pink that doesn't really match, and hope that, oops, I don't want Wednesday there. It's not as obvious. I think that that's a good solution, because there's a lot I want to focus on in life, and spending an entire day figuring out what pink to use is not really on that list. This washi is a little thick. I probably could have ripped it a bit thinner, but it's okay. This is a very different style for me, and we're rolling with it. Okay, there's a lot going on over there. Now, typically, I would also include boxes for things like Zoom calls and releases, but I don't necessarily see any releases happening this week because it's Christmas and then New Year's. So I'm going to grab my Zig Clean Color Dot marker, and we're going to do little dots. Normally I do really little dots because of it bleeding through the back. This is the last page of the planner, so I don't really care. But I also am doing little dots here because I'll show you once I'm finished. And these are just going to be my to-dos for the week. for each day. Go a little bit smaller. 5. I know I did 6 on some and 5 on some. It's okay. I'll survive. Okay, so the reason I'm going smaller is because when I use black dots, typically, let's let that dry for a sec. Once I do it, I just kind of go like that to check it off so that you see that it's checked off. If I went for a bigger dot, I mean, I could still do the same thing. It's not, but it'd have to be like, oh, I don't know, a longer line. Why can't I draw it? I like just a little dot. I think that that's enough. It's really all I need. All right, but I feel like we have nothing over here besides this decoration. So we need a little bit more New Year's over here. So let's take, I brought that flag in, which I really liked. Let's bring in another one. Over here. No, that's strange. We'll do it over here. And then I can take Happy New Year. Right here under the 31st there. And then maybe we can bring in some of these little like squiggles just to kind of play around a little bit. I don't know, that's a lot. That's a lot. We'll put them over here. I don't know that this spread necessarily needs a ton more decoration because I really have a lot of it going on. We could probably bring something in over here. Let's get these labeled. So this is going to be my YouTube schedule for the week. This is going to be things to do for Patreon for the week. And I'm actually going to bring in some bullet points. That might also help kind of bring in the colors. So sticker on there is bugging me. Okay, let's do pink, gold, light pink, black. Typically at this point in the month, most of the things I need to do for Patreon are already done, but there will be things like the monthly shout outs and there'll definitely be things to do. So for now, we're going to stick with 4 bullets. If I need more, I will bring in more. We have 2 sections over here. So this is going to be videos. These are YouTube videos to film. This is going to be short form. This is for Instagram Reels and TikToks. And this section, we should probably bring in a box for it, right? I don't know what color, because it's pink on pink. Black would be right here, so maybe we just don't label it, and I know that it's for other, like, things I do for brands is going to be that. That may be a lot of what this week ends up looking like for me, because I have a lot to do. There's a lot of that goes on behind the scenes of Plan with Elise that isn't always shared, that takes up a decent amount of my time. So that may be what goes there. Okay, this is a pretty intense spread. I'm looking over here and I'm like, this is loud, but it's cool and it's different. And I think it's really good for me to try new things in my planner a little bit and play around, and then I learn what I like or maybe what I don't like. But I think that this looks cool. Maybe it's just something I need to get used to. So anyway, that's a wrap. Again, I don't know where this washi is from, but everything else I'll link in the description. I have so much fun planned for the new year and changing things up a little bit on my channel as best I can. I know this is a rambly video, as best I can, because with the minimal time I have to get content done because of my job, I don't always have the opportunity to really go outside of the box. but I want to, and I want to try, and it's a big plan of mine for next year. So if you are watching this and you're not subscribed to my channel, please do subscribe. I don't usually ask you to subscribe. I figure if you want to, you will, but I am going to ask to please subscribe to my channel because I'm really excited about what the new year is going to bring to Plan with Elise. So that is a wrap. Thank you for watching. Happy New Year, and I will see you next time.